this is Thom from skis.com. So at this point, your boots have arrived in the mail, and we're going to go over a few tips on what you should experience when you're putting your boots on and the overall fit to guarantee your boots are correct. It is very important to note here that ski boots do not fit like sneakers. The goal and the purpose of a ski boot is to transmit your energy and your movement to the ski, giving you control and performance. If you have a loose fitting boot, your foot's going to move around. This transmission isn't going to occur. You're also going to find that you end up with soreness, blisters, cold feet, and a whole mess of other problems that make your time on the hill less enjoyable. Also, when you're starting off with your new boot, you want to be in your ski socks, something thin, maybe a little bit of padding on the shin and heel, and ideally wool or synthetic. When you first put your boot on, you're likely going to notice that your toes are up against the front of the boot and it probably feels a little bit too short. This is normal and completely expected. The boot has a natural forward lean and a ramp angle in the heel that causes the foot to set slightly too far forward. As you buckle into the boot, you're going to notice your heel and foot drop back into the heel pocket, and it's going to give you a lot more room up in the toes. When you're fully buckled in, flexed forward in the boot, you want to feel a firm hold in your heel, nothing lifting. You want to have room to wiggle your toes, but you don't want to feel any cramping at the ball of the foot. This is usually an indicator that the boot's not too short, but that it's actually too narrow. Other than that, general snugness around the foot without room to wiggle it side to side is what you're going to be looking for. As you can see, when you first put your foot in the boot, your toes will be right up against the front when your leg is straight. As you bend forward into the boot and settle back in the heel pocket, the toes pull away from the boot, putting the foot in a much more controlled and comfortable position. So now it's time to actually go ahead and put your boot on. Start by undoing the power strap and unbuckling all the buckles. If they are micro adjustable buckles, give them a quarter turn. It puts them away from the catches and just makes things easier on you. The next thing you're going to do is pull the tongue of the boot forward, which creates a bigger opening. Then slide your foot in, and often standing helps to get your foot all the way into the boot easier. Line everything up, get all your buckles in the right places, and then start by buckling the upper cuff buckle. What that's going to do is draw your foot back into the heel pocket of the boot, putting you in the correct position. Finish up with the power strap, and the top of the boot is closed up. At this point, you either want to stand up and flex forward into the boot to drive your heel back, or my preferred method, just a good kick. Sets the heel into the heel pocket of the boot and puts you in the proper position. Then you want to close up the remaining buckles. And these should be snug but not overly tight. You don't want to have to crank on these buckles. If the boot fits properly, you should feel the closure, but it shouldn't be pressing. Now, from here, you stand up in the boot, and with your leg in a straight position, you're going to feel your toes right up against the front of the boot. When you bend your knee and ankle forward into your skiing position, you'll notice the toes draw away from the front of the boot, putting you in a comfortable position. You also want to note that the liners are going to break in a little bit. In the first couple of days skiing, they're going to shape up to you, and you'll actually gain around a half a size of length inside the boot. Well, I'm Thom from skis.com, and thanks for watching.